Right, it is the last chapter, the last level, chapter 8, the Dawn's Light of our Thief walkthrough on Click to Unlock. It's been emotional, but on this one you start off in this kind of dark, dank, kind of like cellar-like level here, and as you just seen, if you immediately chuck a right, there's a little coin on the floor, but what you want to do is you want to kind of head round, as you've just been watching here, head round. This is kind of how I feel is an easy way of doing this, if you're not going all stealthy, is there's one of these creatures. I think there's 4 of these creatures to take care of in this little area. But if you go around these little underground points, you can kind of come round, take him out, and grab some loot here, nice and easily. Coin on the barrel, vase there, another coin there, and then head back. So you can do the level through that way, and you can carry on doing that, and it's easier, I would say, because you run into less bad people, but you also miss loot, and we like loot. We want to get that loot, you know what I mean? So head back up into the area you kind of started, and head up the stairs and follow it around up here, and you will come to a door. But before the door, I believe there's another one of these creatures coming around here somewhere. Is he? There he is. So, yeah, having a good stock of blast arrows is handy, because one of those takes out these guys pretty swiftly. And they're hard. These guys are hard. If they see you and get close to you, they're pretty deadly. So, you know, avoiding this way is actually preferable, but you know, if you want the loot, you have to come this way. So you have to pick open this door, but before that, there's a little bit of loot over there. You can see that loot over there. We'll come to that in a minute, but before we go through the door, there was a little bit of loot, one little coin that I almost missed up here. I don't get all the loot in this playthrough. I think I'm short about 4 or 5, maybe something like that. I've got a couple of ideas where they are as well, which I'll point out as I'm going through. But I get the collectibles. I think there's only 2 collectibles on the map. But at the same, and also as well, there's like a little secret area, a couple of secret areas that I get as well. This being the first. As you're coming around, make sure you've got your rope arrows in stash, and there's an arrow point to put in there, and you can jump across. And this is a little secret area with a bit of loot for you as well as a reward. That's nice. You can take out one of these guys from the vantage point as well, because you are actually safe in this little secret area. You get the oil spills on the floor as well, which are quite handy for those bad guys. I think that might be all of them now. I was kind of lucky you saw the other guy now. I was a bit lucky there with the other fella. But I think that's it. So there was 4. I think there's 4. So now you can carry on round and drop down, and you've kind of got the freedom of the of this little area now. And there's a few little bits of loot we want to get. That's the way out, following the sort of train track, the rail track out. But we don't want to go out just yet, because there is a couple of things we want to grab, especially this chest here. In the chest we've got a couple of items of loot. And one of them is actually, we've got 2 items of loot and an actual, the first collectible, the morning bell. So that's where that is, which could be missed if you were just trying to get through the level. There's also another bit of loot just here next to this chest. Don't forget, it's quite a sneaky one. The candlestick is just next to here as well, and there's a poppy there if you're so inclined to use the focus, which I tend to not do really. It's, as you can see, I'm always, focus is full up, and my inventory's full, so I just don't really use it that often. But anyway, you can carry on going through, and we move forward. You can see the ship. That's the ship we're going to have to get onto shortly. But this is a point of no return, so I thought I'd just show you now. I've got 9 bits of loot out of the 52 and one of the collectibles. So if you've got more than that at this point, you're doing all right, basically. So we come to this next little bit here. This is kind of a sort of a little mini stage before we get to the boat. It's kind of a few rooms. There's some loot to get. There's 3 or 4 guards who are milling around. One of the guys will walk up here because this is the last level, and I'm just, you know, I don't care anymore. I'm just going for murder. Just going for murder now. I've got all the game. I've been saving up all these arrows, saving up all these bits and pieces, and now I'm just angry. Just want to take it out on these guys now. There is a little pathway here if you want to try and keep it stealthy, with this pipe leading you round. So this will avoid the full-on frontal confrontation if you was trying to maintain that stealthiness. So you can drop down here. One of the guards on his route comes just down there to where the glass is, but he walks back in, and you can get into the shadows. There is a cupboard there as well if you wanted to properly hide. And see ya. Haha. Right, so that's him done. There is another guy up on the balcony, just up to the right there. Don't forget to pick his pocket. Yeah, just up to the right here, there's another guy looking over the balcony. I think is it a crossbow guy? I'm not too sure, but you know, either way, he's getting it. Do you know what I mean? There's just no way that he can live. You know, that gives you the freedom of this little area now here, so you can take out this little wire box, which will open up the door to the right over here. There were some bars across, so you couldn't get in. Taking out that box there enables you to come in here. Of which there is loads of loot. Loads of loot. So if you're on the loot hunt, this is essential. A little bit of food. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. And on the table here, we've got a couple of bits and pieces. What we got? We've got glasses and a gilded bottle. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. Right. Good stuff. Oh, and a little box as well. What's this got? Some arrows, which are handy. Going to be handy for the rest of this level. Right, so now we have to make our way round and up the stairs. There's a little bit of loot just on this first little ledge here. Look to your left and you shall see. There we go. Thank you very much. And now we can head up the stairs some more. I believe this guy might have a bit of pickpocketing business on. I think maybe. Yeah. Right, so we can head up the stairs now, and there's a couple of guys in this office room. You could open the door. If you was doing this stealthily, you'd just basically like open the door, and it would kind of alert them maybe, and then they kind of calm back down, and you can then just slink in and get across behind some boxes and out into the next little section. But there is loot to be had, so you know, I'm just going to kill him. Wait for him to come out. I'm going to kill him. So one through the window, and the other one come out. He was a bit dumb, but there's you can sneak out to the boxes to the right there if you didn't want to. There's also a bird in this room as well to watch out for if you're going for its stealth. But out here we've got loads of loot out here on the side. We've got some on the floor, and there's a couple of bits on the shelf. Nice. And yes, not loads. So worth going through there, and there's a couple of routes here. You can either go this way and head down, or the way opposite is the one that I mentioned earlier for more stealthy route behind the boxes in the previous room.
There's other ways aboard.
Okay, moving on. Board the Dawn's Light. So we're near the boat now. And this is another point of no return, so we're having to have a quick look. Got 18 of 52, one of 2 collectibles. I think I might have missed something in that last room. I think I have. Please let me know. Right, so that guy there, stock up on your arrows. He's not got much stock on him, so I just bought everything that he had, just so I was prepared for more death and murder in this next section. That's the way onto the boat. But we don't want to do that just yet because there's a few bits and pieces to grab up here. There's a couple of guys. We shall take them out swiftly with no sense of... Oh, well, maybe not that swift. I think I'm... Yeah, I was using the sawtooth arrow as well. Disappointing. Should have been one arrow there. It's because it's getting towards the end of the game, you see. I'm just getting sloppy towards the end of the game, you know, the end's in sight. I'm thinking, just do it now. Just finish it. And also as well, I've been massively distracted by the challenge modes now, and also exploring the city, which I will get the videos up of them as well. I have captured lots of the secret areas in the city, but quickly I'm just missing there. There was a bit of loot down there. There was an ashtray, but then follow round. There's another little section up here, of which there's a couple of stashed, sneaky little bits of loot up here as well. Come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Yes, and that one. Thank you. Right, so as I was saying, yeah, I've kind of been distracted from the game proper, because I've been exploring the city and oh, another little bit of loot, and the challenge modes. Please check out the challenge mode videos. I've done very well on them. See if you can beat my times. I don't know if they're going to stay up there for long, but they're pretty decent at the moment. I'm definitely got a little plan in for the for one of the achievements in the challenge modes, which I hope to have up soon as well, along with all the city stuff as well. But that is coming. In the meantime, we're on the boat. We're on the boat, and this is, I will admit, this whole next section here is not the most stealthily thief-like action I've seen. This bit here, there is a rope here, and I thought to myself, right, well, there's definitely something to do here because there's a rope, and generally when there's something hanging around, it means there's something to do. But what I kind of forgot and wasn't totally aware of was I thought I'd have a little explore and I'll come back and work on that in a little while, and thought I'd just follow this pipe round first and see what I was doing. But when you get up and round onto this balcony, it's a point of no return and you can't get back up off of this balcony. So I'm not sure if I was supposed to do something on that rope at that point, because you can't seem to get back down there. So that's probably what some of the missing loot on this level that I haven't got. That's probably one of the reasons for it, because that rope might be something for it. Anyway, this is where I get a little bit careless. This guy, oh look at that! Look, I'm just opening doors. I just don't care no more. He's reckless. He's reckless. But he calms down. I'm gonna stick an arrow in his face. Come on. Thank you. Nice. Right, so in this sort of area here, I think there's another like 3 or 4 guards, and I'm gonna kill them all basically. That's my strategy for this section. There's a couple of routes down. You've got stairs here, and also on the other side where there is a bit of loot, there's a grill, a ventilation shaft as well, just round this point here. And you can go, the ventilation shaft basically takes you down. If you was trying to do the level stealthily, that would be the way to go, because you can go through there, drop down, and lead you on the stairs that takes you straight up to the next area, and you could avoid doing any of this stuff that you're about to see now. But obviously we're on the loot hunt, and there is a fair bit of loot and a secret area down here to find as well. So we can take this guy out nice and easily. Let's have that. Thank you very much. And then there's this guy here. We'll stick an arrow in his face. So even after taking out these 2 guys, I think there's still another 2 or 3 guys still around here as well, and I don't take them out as professionally as I would like. So this is the first guy. He's coming down the stairs. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? See, look, I just turn my back and he's there. So I'm a bit scared now because I thought they were coming from both angles. But here we go. Oh! And he's had to take him out with a blackjack. Look at that. Not the most professional. Yeah. And there's another guy on the stairs now. But this guy on the stairs here, he's oh. Yeah, this guy on the stairs here. This guy, I think, deserves to die because look, I miss him, and he reacts to the arrow. I don't miss twice, mate. I don't miss twice. He's an idiot. He's running towards me and that. And, oh, what's that noise behind me? I'll ignore the person in front of me who's about to kill me, and Anyway, so this will show you here, if you wanted to do it stealthily, you can go down into this lift shaft. Lift shaft? Ventilation shaft. And this will take you out here, behind all the guards and out of view and the like. Oh, look, should have shot there. Come on, nice. And you can just chuck a right and go around and up the stairs. And this is the route that you take to get out of the level. So, essentially, you could come into the boat, up the pipes, onto the balcony, down the shaft, up the stairs, and you're already into the... You've just cut out an entire chunk of the level. So, if you was trying to ghost it, that would be the way to do it for sure. Bits of loot though here. There's a vase on the side there and another guard here. He's about to die. Come on. I think this is the last guy in this area. So there's quite a few slinking about. Final bits of loot on this level. We got a couple around here. Look at this. Nice little fork. And obviously you can see them glinting on the table. Well, we got a microscope or something. Thank you. And a gear. Nice. And last but not least, there's another lower area in between the two big wheels. We've got this table here. So there's a vase. And then to the right round here, there is another purse. And you might have just seen it there. There is a ventilation shaft. And this is a secret area. You get the little noise saying like, ooh, secret. Poppy. But we're not interested in that. We're interested in the loot that's right down the other end of this secret area. Nothing down that side. Go back, go back, go back, go back. But there is a nice couple of bits of loot round this way. Come on. There we go. What do we got? We got a purse and a telescope. And some food, if you needed it. Right. Okay, so once you've done all that, we can head up them stairs that I showed you earlier. Here we go. All the way up to the top. And there's one more, I think it's one more bit of loot up here. Basically, to progress, we have to climb up there and over into the kind of lift shaft. But before you do, there is another little bit of loot hiding around here. The desk bell. Thank you. Right, climb into the lift shaft. This collapses and drops down. Get this guy here. Avoid killing if you're on a killing mission. Avoid killing this guy when he's standing there because all the other guys will see him get shot. Much better to let him walk into the shadows right there, and you know you can shoot him in the face then as well. So it just makes it so much more satisfying. Right, pick his pockets, and we want to head to the left. To the right is kind of forwarding into the level, so we want to go to the left to make sure we get our loot. We got this guy in here. See him later. Take him out. Deadly assassin. Pick up the loot on the table. Nice. What do we got? We've got a cup, a teapot. And then we can go head out of this door here. We've got another guard walking around out here. And take him out when he walks around. Boom. And before we head out of here, there's just I think it's a pair of scissors is out on this little balcony bit just round here. There we go. Nice pair of scissors. Right, so now we've done that, we can head over to the door on the right-hand side, and in here we've got another guard, a couple of bits of loot, and the second collectible of the level is in this room as well. So when this guy decides to come out to his death, come on, there's no point in fighting it, mate. It's all over. For you, this game is over. Oof, nice. And rob him as well. Nice. Okay, right, so in this room here, I think there's like 2 or 3 bits of loot. And the picture on the wall just next to this desk here. So we've got the syringe and the picture here. This is the second collectible. Thank you. Compassion Foul. That's it. Don't forget the magnifying glass here. And there's two doors to open. The first one, which this is how to advance in the level. But before you do that, there is another door in that room to pick the lock on, and we want to go out here just quickly because there is another bit of loot sneakily hidden outside here. A little gilded bottle. Thank you very much. Right, so once we've got him, we can head back onto this level here. Guards down there. I figured standing there, looking a bit bored. Let's get a blast arrow, fire it in the middle of them. Yeah, oh, that woke you up, didn't it? That woke you up. And now this guy, he just don't know what to do now, that guy down there. He just kind of bugs out and goes and stands on his own somewhere. He walks around, but eventually he just kind of carries on walking around and just stops. We'll get him in a minute, don't worry. So fire a rope arrow up into the beam up there, as you can see, and now we can jump across. This is you don't have to do it this way. You could just sort of drop down, but basically doing it this way, this would be again the sort of stealthily way to move around, because you can kind of miss all these guys out, jump straight over, avoid the whole area, and then just drop down into this bit here, and then through that door, which continues the mission. But as ever, we don't quite want to do that just yet. We've got a barred up door there, but we will show you how to get through that in a second. So there's one more guy out here still who was wandering around, if you can remember, and there he is, just standing on his own, kind of guarding this hatch, which we want to get down. But there is another guard down there. He's wandering around on duty, so kind of just bide my time a little bit. Here we go. Look, he's there, but he's on the move. He's on the move. Quick! Can he react? Look on the box, and there you go. Death from above. Right, so now we've got the clean run of the area. We can pick his pockets, and there's a few bits of loot down here as well. So over on this shelf over here, I've got an urn. Also as well, over this way, a couple of bits here, some scissors, and on this desk, magnifying glass. Also, where you drop down, just there's a gilded bottle. This is quite sneakily hidden in there, just where I kind of did the death from above. And then you can move around. There's a door in this little room here. A couple of bits on the table. Nice. And then there's also another bit in this little room as well, sneakily on the shelves. There we are. Thank you. Looking through the door, right, and then we've got the door here, which is also barred up. So if you're at that door, if you sort of go forward and basically chuck a left, I'm just having a look around there. Sorry, just go forward. Yep, and you can see the box on the wall. Cut the wire, and that will open up the door that you just saw barred there, which leads to some stairs and takes you back up to the room where we saw the barred door a minute ago. That's how you open that door. Nice. Right, so we're basically now at the final part of the mission. I've kind of edited out a lot of all this, because this whole part is just very slow and very much just pushing the stick forward, really. So this is where you kind of finally catch up with Erin, and you can move forward. Just follow the cursor, really. We've got all these guys sort of stuck in stasis and whatnot, and then you get to Erin, and she has a little freak out on you.
No.
There we go. And she won't, and you can't touch her basically. So the slight puzzle here is that you can't approach her from the front. You need to take to sort of work your way around and come at her from the rear, so she can't see you. So the way to do this is just basically try and get down into these lower sort of areas, and then you can sneak underneath her where she's there and come up at another point just behind her. If you don't, she just changes location and you just kind of have to navigate around again. But it's not particularly difficult, but you know, that's what you have to do if you couldn't work it out. Then she starts bringing these creatures to life. I've only got 2 blast arrows left, so there's 3 creatures in this little sort of section. So again, rather than try the stealthy approach, just decided to go for it. If you head left, directly left from that one that you just shoot there, there's this guy in a room, and then when you look right, the 3rd one should be kind of reacting to the commotion and head towards you. So you can take all 3 of them out pretty quickly without moving very far from the initial steps that you enter the room at. Whoa! Cool. Oh no! 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 Quick, get him! Cool. I thought I was in trouble there. Right. So once them 3 are done, just follow the cursor and move into the final boss battle, the Erin boss battle, I guess. Which isn't the most elaborate boss battle I've ever played in a game, I don't think. You basically just have to get the 3 pieces and stay in the shadows as much as possible. So when she does her big power up, just try and be behind a beam so you can't directly see her, and you should be alright. And the 3 pieces are in the locations as followed. Under here, just run around, pick that one up. Like I said, keep safe behind the poles. Nice. Whoa. Then climb up. Oh, I was going to climb up, but I wasn't going to climb up. But I decided to go the other way first. What was it? Yeah, so that's it. So I run around the edge, up this level here. I knew you had to climb up. That was my point. And jump across to this beam here. Grab that piece, which means there's one more to get into the shadows again. Nice and safe. And then once it's gone down, the 3rd piece is, yeah, see, look, I told you had to go up there, and it's round here, and that's it. And once you get all 3 pieces, you have basically completed the game. If you've been watching all the walkthrough and all the parts and all my adventures in Thief so far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I've enjoyed making them. As I mentioned earlier, please keep checking back for the challenge mode videos that I'm putting up, and also I'm going to be putting up hopefully a comprehensive looting mission of the city itself. Almost finished there. I've got most of the places and secret areas sorted. I've done all the other side missions. Also check out the other missions that I've done, the Vittoria missions and the Ector missions. They're all done as well with all the loot. How do I get on here? And yeah, so I've got the 2 collectibles and 7 bits of loot missing. I'm pretty sure there's a chest I've missed in the room just near the end there as well, and that I'm pretty sure. But you know, all you guys have been great and telling me what I've missed as well and everything. So thanks for watching. Make sure you check back soon, and I shall see you next time. See you later.